What is up, Nephilim? This is the Chig coming at you with another Diablo 4 build guide. Today we are going to be talking about the beginning endgame Tornado Druid that you can use to start farming in World Tier 3 to start getting your uniques. This build does not require any uniques to function. I will go over the list of aspects that you need to pick up in order to make it work. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget we're having a giveaway when we hit 1,000 subscribers, and let's hop right into it. So the first thing I'm going to say is this is assuming you're already level 50. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go through here and show you where to put your points, and we're going to hop right into the gameplay. This is going to be a shorter video, right? So you're going to hit Storm Strike, which is going to give you damage reduction, and it's going to bounce around. It's going to have a chance to immobilize enemies, and then it is going to have a 50% chance to make enemies vulnerable. And we're going to use Tornado, which is just our spender that does the most damage. We're going to grab 5 points in that. We're going to grab Enhanced Tornado. Every time you cast Tornado, you have a 20% chance to cast another one. And then we're going to do a Primal Tornado, which is making it anytime that Tornado damages an enemy, they are slowed. So that is going to have some synergies with some of the things we're doing later. Then we are going to put 1 point into Heart of the Wild, so we can get 3 points in Impulse, 3 points in Abundance. So what Impulse and Abundance do, Wild Impulse makes your core skills deal more damage at the cost of more spirit, and Abundance makes your basic skills generate more. We just put 1 point into Heart of the Wild to get there. And then we're going to put 3 points in Predatory Instincts. It's going to give you a higher critical strike chance against enemies that are close to you. You play this build melee style, so you are always close to everything. Going to put 4 points in Earth and Bulwark, just to get the cooldown down a little bit. We're going to put, so what that does is it gives you a barrier for a couple of seconds, and that has really good synergy with what we're doing because we use a legendary that gives it more time. So you have about a 50% uptime of that. We're going to grab Enhanced Earth and Bulwark, which is going to make you unstoppable. So while it is active, you cannot be crowd controlled. We're going to grab Preserving Earth and Bulwark. Every time you cast it, you are fortified for 18% of your base life. We're going to grab Cyclonic Armor. It gives you non-physical damage reduction, and then on use, knocks back enemies and deals damage. And we're going to grab Enhanced Cyclone Armor. When enemies are knocked back, they're slowed, so it kind of gives you a CC and lets you get out of the way. And then we are going to grab Preserving Cyclone Armor. Every 10 seconds, it intensifies, causing incoming damage to grant you 30% damage reduction for 2 seconds. So when it's intense, when you get hit, it makes you take less damage for 2 seconds, which comes in super duper handy. Then we're going to put 3 points into Ancestral Fortitude, increase your non-physical resistance by 15, and then Vigilance. 3 points in there. You gain 15% damage reduction every time you use a defensive skill, and we alternate defensive skills pretty frequently, so it works out really well. We're going to grab Wolves. They just do a little extra damage, they tank, they just help out in general, and then we're going to be using the unique, not unique, but the aspect that gives us more damage per companion. We're going to grab Enhanced Wolves, so anytime something is CC'd or poisoned, they deal more damage, which they're always going to be slowed. We're going to grab Ferocious Wolves. They have a chance to fortify you for 5% of your base life, just make us a little more tanky. We're going to grab Ravens. So Ravens just fly around and peck every now and then when you use the Swarm, it's a dot in an area. It's really decent. We're going to grab Enhanced Ravens, 5% crit chance for 6 seconds after Ravens hits them, so it's going to make us hit even more frequently and deal more damage. And then we're going to grab Brutal Ravens. 2 additional Ravens periodically attack enemies. So we're getting a multiplier for each companion we have. So that's why that is going to be useful. And then we're going to grab 3 points into Nature's Reach. Deal increased damage to distant enemies. Double this bonus if they are slowed. So we knock things back and we slow them. So no brainer. Alright. And then we're basically skipping this entire thing except for 1 point in Elemental Exposure. Just your Storm skills have a 10% chance to make enemies vulnerable for a second, which we're spamming Storm skills, so it's nuts. We're going to put 3 points in Defiance. Nature skills deal 12% damage, 12% extra damage to elites. We are going to grab 3 points in Circle of Life. Nature magic skills consume Spirit, heal you for 3% of your maximum life. So as we're spamming tornadoes, we are going to be getting more. And then we are going to pick up Resonance. Nature Magic skills deal increased damage, triple this bonus if an Earth skill is the next skill after a Storm skill, or a Storm skill is the next skill after an Earth skill. So when you pop Earth and Bulwark, your next Nature Magic skill is going to do extra damage. So 18% instead of 6, and it's a flat 6 all the time. And then we are going to put 3 points into Defensive Posture, increases the amount of Fortify you get from all sources by 15%. And then our last point is going to be in Perfect Storm. Storm skills you cast generate 1 spirit and deal extra damage to vulnerable, immobilized, or slowed enemies. And we're going to do that for everybody. If you're not quite level 50 and you put this build together, all you have to do is go back and take points out of passives so you can get Perfect Storm early, get your active abilities early. Alright, now that we've gone over that, let's go over the aspects that you need to get. So here are the aspects that you need to grab. These are all super easy to get. The dungeons aren't that difficult, just gotta go get them, right? Mending Stone makes the duration of Earth and Bulwark increased, and it replenishes your active barrier when you kill an enemy with Earth skills. That second part doesn't matter. The first part just increases it by 6 seconds, which is amazing. It helps out a lot. Might, basic skills grant 20% damage reduction. We use a basic skill all the time, so this is always up. Cyclonic Force, Cyclonic Armor also reduces physical damage taken, and it will also be applied on all nearby allies. That's, you know, if you're playing with people, it helps. Shepherd's Aspect, core skills deal an additional 8% or 6% damage for each active companion. So for each active companion we have, you deal more damage. It's a multiplier. It's amazing. Aspect of the Umbral. Every time you CC an enemy, you gain resource. Well, every time you cast Tornado, everything it hits gets CC'd. So you get a lot of resource back. Aspect of the Expectant. Attacking enemies with basic skills increases the damage of your next core skill up to 30%. So you just, you know, you're always alternating. So it's always just multiplying. Edge Master. It makes it where your damage is increased by the amount of available resource. Ghost Walker, whenever you're unstoppable, which is most of the time, you gain movement speed and you can move through enemies. So with this, while you're always unstoppable, there's only about 5 seconds you don't have freedom of movement, so it's really good. Rapid makes basic attacks attack faster. This is amazing because it lets you generate faster and get out more tornadoes. Night Howler's Aspect, Blood Howl increases your critical strike chance. In addition, Blood Howl also affects nearby companions and players for 3 seconds. So this is for later on when we switch the build around, but all these other ones are basically what you need to make the build work, and it is amazing. These are the ones that you need to get to build into the other things. Storm Chaser, Tornado will seek 1 to 3 targets. Basically, you're gambling totems until you get all of the DPS ones, and then you're going to get Aspect of Disobedience from trying to get pants. Dire Wolf, Grizzly Rage now shapeshifts you into a Dire Wolf. As a Dire Werewolf, you gain movement speed and spirit cost reduction, and kills heal you. This is what we need to move into the Tornado Werewolf later. Accelerating critical strikes with core skills increase your attack speed. This is just going to make us throw out way more tornadoes. Disobedience, we just talked about that one. It's going to give you armor for 4 seconds when you deal damage, so it's going to be up all the time. And Aspect of the Rampaging Werebeast is going to make Grizzly Rage, which is going to turn you into a Dire Werewolf now, last longer, and when you crit, your critical strike damage is increased for the duration. So you will be hitting so hard. Now, in order to switch to the actual build, which I'll go over in another video at a later time, you need the Tempest Roar helmet because it makes your storm skills werewolf skills, and this allows you to cast Tornado while you are in werewolf form. This is required to switch to werewolf. The rest of this is required to start farming. So once you hit the later portions of the early game and you're ready to start farming for your build, this is what you're going to do. So when you're first starting out, you're going to put, you know, Shepherd's Aspect on your amulet so you get more multipliers out of it. Expectant or Edge Masters on a ring and your gloves. Umbral on a ring, and then the defense ones on your helmet, chest, and pants. the rapid one on your weapon because you want to attack as fast as possible, and that's where the biggest multiplier is. And then you're going to put Ghost Walker to give you unstoppable on your boots. Anyway, let's hop right into the gameplay. I'm just doing the Iron Hold because Iron Hold is really good for DPS, or not DPS, but for farming items. So I'll just kind of show you how it works. You basically just make sure you're keeping up your bulwark when you can, and you kite around in circles because you can't be slowed. You use your skills with your everything on cooldown, basically. When you run into an elite, though, you may want to hold your bulwark so you can get out of CC if you need to. That is the biggest thing, is if you get CC'd, you can die. Obviously, we have things that make us immune to CC, so, well, right? But you can literally just walk through things, hit them, keep your spirit up, make your pets go ham, and then just throw tornadoes as you're walking. I play it stutter step a lot, so, and then you come in here, knock everything back, and then see, you saw my spirit go up because I CC'd everything, right? It's basically a spirit potion, right? Like, and then we deleted that mob. I don't have any really good gear. I just have basic stuff. I have like 2 pieces of gear that are over 600 item level. My gear is not good, right? But since I am, you know, I just have it set up properly, I'm strong enough to farm on World Tier 3. Which was a struggle for me when I first got to World Tier 3 because apparently I was super weak and didn't know any better. But yeah, you can see how well this works. I'll kill this elite and then I'll bump it out because, I mean, I think I've made the point that it just plays really well, really smooth, really easy. You're super tanky. Like, it's just a really good build to start farming with, to start getting your build put together. Anyway, I will catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget we're having a giveaway as soon as we hit 1,000 subscribers. And I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya.